In this video, I'm going to share with you a trick that I've used for thousands of board and train clients to improve the transition success and make your life easier. Normally, I give advice where you have to do something additional to make an improvement. So the beauty of this secret is it's something that actually makes your life easier and reduces your stress and workload rather than giving you another job to do. There's a huge issue that all dog trainers suffer with, and that's a dog behaving better for us than it does for the owner. It's almost like the dogs know that we're switched on and know what we're doing, and that the owner hasn't got a clue. And of course that is what's going on. Dogs aren't stupid. They can tell the difference between us and the way we handle them, and the owner and the way they handle them. It's no secret that this phenomenon happens with all types of training, whether it's one-to-one, group sessions or board and train. But board and train presents a specific issue. The problem is you've done all the work, you've done the hard miles, you've built a relationship with the dog, and you've spent a number of weeks practicing things to make sure the dog's proficient. And then the very nature of board and train means that we've done all the work and now we want to just hand the dog back over to the owner and the dog to carry on performing, which obviously causes an issue. If you're anything like me when I had my dog training business, this problem keeps recurring. The majority of your board and trains go great throughout the process, the go home session goes really well, and then when the owner gets home with the dog, they start having problems. So here's what you need to do about it, and if you do it, I promise you, your transition success will improve dramatically. At the beginning of the go home session, I want you to stop completely doing any kind of demonstration of what the dog's learned while it's been with you. And I also want you to stop handling the dog as much as possible during the rest of the go home session. And here's why. The problem's actually really quite straightforward. The dog that you've just spent 2 or 4 weeks with training understands that with you, it needs to perform. But tomorrow, you're not going to be the person handling the dog, the owner will be. So you need to do everything that you possibly can to maximise the chances of the dog performing for the owner when it's cold. What occurs when you handle the dog on the go home session and you do a demo at the beginning, or you demo the exercises before you get the owner to have a go? You effectively take the dog from being switched off to switched on. And that means that you take away the opportunity for the owner to learn how to switch on the dog whilst you're still there to help. That go home session is your very best opportunity to teach the owner how to get the dog to behave itself when it's not in a frame of mind of behaving itself whilst you're still in a known environment to the dog. And as soon as you handle the dog, that opportunity disappears completely. Now, whilst this seems counterproductive and you're probably thinking to yourself, but Matt, that opens up loads of opportunities for things to go wrong on the go home session. There is no better time for things to go wrong so that you've got the opportunity to work through the problems. And the other thing it does is it clearly shows the owner that achieving long-term success is much more about their input and their willingness to put in the work than it is the training that you've already done. The key to success with the transition between the dog being with you and the dog then performing at home for the owner lies in the owner's ability to get the dog to understand that the same rules apply with them as they do with you. And the only way I know of to achieve that is by teaching them how to get the dog to do things when the dog isn't in that working frame of mind. Now, before you click off this video, let's just cover when you are going to do the demo. Because you've got 2 opportunities. You obviously want to do a demo of the dog's work. You need the owner to understand the job's being done properly. So I'd advise that you get a video of you doing a demonstration with the dog the day before the dog goes home. And then at the end of the go home session, take the dog from the owner and go and work the dog for a couple of minutes and give the owner an idea of what the dog's really capable of so they've got something to aspire to.